Title: Strength in the Shadows. A mother, a son, and the stand against hate. The afternoon sun poured through the towering oak trees, dappling the winding paths of Maplewood Park. It was one of those perfect autumn days, cool enough for a light jacket, but warm enough to bask in the sun's golden glow. The fountain at the park's center burbled rhythmically, its cascading water the only sound louder than the soft chirping of birds overhead. On a worn wooden bench near the fountain, Evelyn Brooks adjusted her wide-brimmed sun hat, its edges fluttering in the breeze. At 72, she moved a little slower than she used to, her knees sometimes aching from years of dancing in her youth. But she still cherished these afternoons. This park was her haven, her small piece of peace in a bustling city. Evelyn's gnarled hands clutched a small leather purse on her lap. She sat upright, glancing down the pathway every few moments, watching for her son, Malcolm Brooks, who had promised to meet her after his shift at the FBI. He often teased her for waiting in the same spot every week, but she liked it. This fountain, this bench, it was familiar, but as she waited, the atmosphere shifted. Laughter, rough, grating, echoed through the trees. Three men emerged from the path's curve, their heavy boots scuffing the pavement. They didn't belong here, not in the gentle tranquility of this park. Evelyn's chest tightened. The men, middle-aged, rough around the edges, strode closer. Their clothes were rumpled, their faces flushed. The leader, a wiry man with a scar slicing through his eyebrow, nudged the broad-shouldered man beside him and gestured toward Evelyn. "Look at this," the leader muttered. "Old lady sittin' pretty all alone." His words weren't meant for kindness. They veered toward her bench, their shadows stretching long in the afternoon light. Evelyn's fingers curled tighter around her purse strap. "Afternoon, ma'am," the wiry man said, though there was no warmth in his voice. "Nice day for a sit-down, huh?" Evelyn forced a polite smile. "It is." The tallest man chuckled, the sound low and heavy. "You here by yourself?" Evelyn sat straighter. "I'm waiting for my son. He should be here any minute." The men exchanged looks. The wiry man crouched beside the bench, his stained jeans creaking. "That right? A dutiful son. But he wouldn't want anything bad happening to you." Evelyn's heart pounded, but her voice remained steady. "He'll be here soon." "Hope so," the man sneered. "Some folks don't take kindly to outsiders." The meaning behind his words was crystal clear. Evelyn swallowed hard but lifted her chin. "I have every right to be here." The man's smile widened, teeth yellowed. "Sure you do. Until you don't." Before she could react, the largest man stepped closer, his shadow swallowing hers. He kicked the edge of the bench, the jolt rattling through her bones. "Leave me be," Evelyn said sharply. But they didn't. The wiry man reached for her purse strap. "Don't touch me." Evelyn snapped, clutching it tighter. The tension in the air was thick, suffocating. "Give us the bag, lady," the broad man growled. "Not today," Evelyn replied, her voice shaking. "Then we'll take it." In that moment, a deep voice cut through the commotion like a blade. "Let her go." The men froze. Evelyn's heart leapt. Standing a few yards away was Malcolm Brooks, his FBI badge glinting from his belt, though it was his clenched fists and sharp, cold glare that commanded the most attention. "That's my mother," Malcolm growled, stepping forward. The men hesitated. The broad one sneered. "Big man, huh? Think you can take us?" "I don't think," Malcolm replied. "I know." The fight that followed was fast, brutal. Malcolm moved like a storm. Quick, calculated. A sharp elbow to the wiry man's jaw sent him sprawling. The broad man swung a wild punch, but Malcolm ducked it, sweeping the man's legs out from under him. "Stay down," Malcolm ordered, pinning the wiry man's arm behind his back. The third man, the smallest, bolted. "Coward." The wiry man spat as he struggled against Malcolm's grip. "You're all cowards," Malcolm hissed. Evelyn, her breath shaky, clutched her purse. She locked eyes with her son, seeing in his face the same fierce determination she remembered from his childhood. "Mom, you okay?" Malcolm asked, not letting up on his hold. "I'm fine," she replied. Though tears pricked the corners of her eyes, sirens wailed in the distance. Someone had called the cops. The wiry man scoffed. They won't believe you. You think they care? Malcolm leaned in, his badge flashing. I'm with the FBI. I care. The man's face paled. The fight for justice the following weeks were a blur of police reports, legal meetings, and community outcry. The case became a headline. Elderly woman harassed in broad daylight. Son, an FBI agent, steps in. But Malcolm knew it wouldn't be enough just to arrest the men. He wanted them charged with hate crimes. And that meant proving intent. They targeted her because of who she is, Malcolm argued during a meeting with the district attorney, Rachel Whitaker. They picked her because they thought she was weak. Because she was black. They thought they could get away with it. Rachel sighed, flipping through the files. I agree. But proving it? It's a high bar. Then I'll get the proof. The unraveling digging into the men's pasts unearthed a trail of ugliness. Similar incidents brushed aside or ignored. Victims who never filed reports, too afraid or too beaten down to speak up. Malcolm tracked down witnesses. He combed through security footage. He pushed the local police to revisit cold cases tied to the trio. One night, while going through police records at 2 a.m., Malcolm found it. A vandalism report from a nearby neighborhood. Racial slurs spray-painted across a black family's garage. No suspects at the time, but the security camera had caught a blurry figure. Malcolm enhanced the footage. There he was, the wiry man. His scar unmistakable. The courtroom. Evelyn sat in the witness chair, the courtroom heavy with tension. She spoke clearly, her voice carrying despite the lump in her throat. They didn't see me as a person, she said. They saw me as a target. The jury listened, eyes wide. When Malcolm testified, he laid out the pattern of hate. The previous attacks, the slurs, the escalating violence. The defense tried to argue it was a misunderstanding, that the men were just having a rough day. But the jury wasn't buying it. The verdict was clear, guilty on all counts. Hate crime charges upheld. Epilogue. Evelyn and Malcolm sat on the same park bench weeks later. The fountain still burbled, the autumn leaves now deep orange. They'll think twice before targeting someone else, Evelyn said, sipping her tea. They won't get the chance, Malcolm replied, his voice soft. She smiled. You always did fight for what's right. And I always will. The sun dipped low as mother and son sat together. The shadows long but the future brighter.